Hi there. Welcome to my second video on this on my new channel, and wow, it's a gorgeous day compared to a couple days ago when I worked out here in the cold and the rain. I finally got a chance to test out the Granberg chainsaw mill. It's the 30-inch model, and I was using it with my Husqvarna 455 Rancher, which is slightly underpowered for what I'm trying to do. I'm getting some prices on some new saws. I already did that this morning. Nice bigger one that's going to do the trick, I think. Of course, it's a Husky. Let's see, what shall we talk about? How about these plates? You got to have rails when you're using your Alaskan mill. So for a little less than the ones they offer on Granberg, I had some made. And I think I like to make my stuff that way I get it exactly the way I want it. Plus it's fun and a learning experience. So you need two plates. I had these custom made on a CNC, and I used to run a CNC. I programmed and operated a CNC for 6 years. That was probably maybe one of the most fun jobs I ever had. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is the mill. These plates, they're 16 inches wide. I drilled the holes, but they did the rest on the CNC, so they're nice and square. 14-foot rails and 10-foot rails. I'm trying to figure out a coupler for that. Shouldn't be too hard. That's 2 by 2 by 3/16 metal tubing. Okay. Those two plates themselves were only $62. I thought that was a bargain. Total, not each. With the rails, or metal tubing, and the plates, the whole thing was $440 at a place called BBC Steel in Canby, Oregon. I really like them. They are pretty friendly, and they usually do a really good job. So, by the way, it was less than half of another bid I got at another local place. So, there's the rails and the plates. Look at these boards I made in the pouring rain the other day. I still am not quite sure what they are. I'm leaning towards red alder. Spent a day researching, and people think it's willow or red alder. Well, willow doesn't turn yellow and then red in the sun like this does. And a lot of other things that make me think it's not willow. See, there's one that was cut like 3 days ago. It's almost red now. Here's a little more red. Okay. My PV. Of course, I want a better one here soon. I learned how to make cable. You want to see about cable a second? Everything I read and saw, never saddle to a dead horse. Okay, people? Just real quick. This is easy to make. You just got to know this couple little things. There's a certain amount that you should put a second one on of inches depending on your size. Okay? Look that up. It's on lots of graphs and charts. You probably want to tape your ends so they don't become frayed and gouge you. Never saddle to a dead horse means the dead end ends there. And it's the part that doesn't get pulled on. That's the dead horse. Okay? This little thing on the clip, it's called a clip. That little thing right there is the saddle. And that squeezes down with the U-bolt, but we're talking about the saddle. Never put the saddle on the dead end or the dead horse. The live end is the long one that pulls. Okay? That's about all you need to know, I think. I winched this sucker up out of the swamp, driving on the driveway. Oh, this sucker. This was 14 feet after I got done cutting it up, but I decided to make it 2 6-footers because it was too crooked. But, 6-footers are great for my first try. And I'm very pleased. Everything wasn't perfect, and I'm still figuring a few things out, but it went awesome. So, yeah, I put it on that tree over there, snatch block. Just drove along the driveway and pulled it basically perpendicular up out of that swamp. And it doesn't look swampy, but you can barely drive out there with a four-wheeler and knobby tires. My saw, I don't know. Did we get a good look at this board? Got 6 of them out of the log that size. Went right to the limits of what I can do for my setup, which is 18 inches wide. I don't know. I think that's really pretty. I don't know what it is, and I'm pretty satisfied with the cut. It's an Oregon brand ripping chain, and I almost bought the Granberg brand. It's supposed to be really cool, the skip tooth, but it takes 3 to 7 weeks to get here, like twice as expensive or something. And I read reviews on Oregon, and a lot of people liked it better than the Granberg. So I'm trying that. It works all right. Maybe you can leave me a comment or two. I don't understand about the white of the powder. Can you see that? I don't know. I'm in the sun here. I can't really see. I got a lot of powdery sawdust instead of the chips that I read you're supposed to get, but it seemed to be cutting fine. I don't know. That's the 30-inch Granberg mill. And if you're lucky, I'll let you see it in action here in a minute. If I would just shut up about stuff and go on and do some milling. All right, I'll get this set up and let's see if we can make some lumber. Sawhorses, made these. They're really quick. On the bigger stuff, I'm just going to put a big stump. Oh, actually, those logs, those, I don't know, like 16 by 16s right there. I'm going to put those under the sawhorses for support, but I didn't need them on these little 6-footers, of course. But these are really easy to make and stackable and pretty sturdy. You need 5 8-foot 2x4s and 50 screws, that's it. So I'll show you, I'll give you a quick 3-minute video on that after this, maybe about the specifications and whatnot on that. It's really easy. All right, shut up and get started, will you? These are left over from making the sawhorses, and these are my mismatched felling wedges. I've got more somewhere. Gotta have an adjuster. Adjuster Junior. How's that looking so far? Am I even in the picture? Okay, well, after that workout, I'm ready to take my jacket off. Who knows, I might put it back on. I live life on the edge like that. And you gotta have some apple juice. Peach mango, I'm sorry, peach mango. It is delicious. It's not normally clear like this. I don't know what happened. Okay, you've got three choices when it comes to the dirt on your logs. You can keep them out of the dirt. Why not just do that? Well, it's pretty much impossible here. You can clean the dirt off of them before you saw, or you can just sharpen your blade more often. I'm not sure which is better, and as they say on the hit TV show Psych, I love that show, it's hilarious. I've heard it both ways. Alright, so, I don't know. Oh, save some to drink. Man, I'm drunk now. No, I'm just kidding. You should hydrate, or really, I mean, I don't feel like hydrating at all when I'm working usually, unless it's like 95 degrees or something. But if you don't hydrate, if I don't hydrate, maybe you too, I get a headache in the evening, and sometimes I can't sleep at all, and it's sometimes pretty bad, and then I'm like thirsty for a whole day no matter how much I drink. So, yeah, I don't know, just try and hydrate even if you're not thirsty. But let's clean this puppy. I don't know, it's not too bad already. Whoop, watch out. I'm not going to saw up there, so I don't need to worry about that. Oh crap. Okay, I'm a hypocrite, right? Because I just got done saying, save some water to hydrate. Guess what? I'm close to the house, and I've got more in the truck. It's right there. I'll go get that for you. This might be 2 years old, I don't know, but guess what? It's still wet. I bet you this tastes a little plasticky after 2 years or something, but let's find out. Looks pretty clean in there. Ooh, a delicate bouquet. This is a naughty water. If this water were a child, I would spank it. 2018 was a very good year for water. Pick some up today at your local market. Guess what? I left my gloves at the house because they were soaking wet and I was drying them out there. Who needs gloves? I mean, right? Just screw gloves. Live life on the edge. There's a lot of times I don't use gloves. People think I'm stupid and crazy. Let them f themselves. I'm sorry, I didn't say that out loud. Do I leave this right there to trip over? How about not? I don't know. Let's do stuff. Oh, about there. Very precise, right? That's gonna lose a bunch there. Got any screws? This does not have to be level. Well, of course the tree doesn't have to be level. The rails do not have to be level this way, but the plate and the rails, they don't even have to be level this way, but they should be the same on both ends. So the best way to do that is with a level. Just make this one level this way and that one the same. And take off that much. Will that do it? How do you work a drill again? I don't know, maybe just a tad higher. Don't have to waste quite all that. Nope. Yeah. I don't know, is 3 enough? I'm sure it is, but I would rather overdo than underdo. Perfect. And 3 left over. I told them when they CNC'd that, make sure these fit in there kind of tight. And I had to file them just a bit because it was too tight. You only need these rails for the first cut unless you're making a beam. If you're just doing a bunch of boards, you just need this one time. What's wrong with that? About 50 or 69% of me learning to work was from my dear departed Grandpappy? Yeah, Grandpappy. And, or for you snobs out there, my grandfather. So shut up, I'm trying to talk. My favorite saying from him is, when everything was great and it worked out right, he'd go, "What's wrong with that?" Like he was mad, kinda. But he wasn't. So, what's wrong with that? Yeah, it's best if you don't run out of gas in the middle of a cut. It's best if you can just keep moving all the way through, but when you're by yourself, you gotta kind of stop to put wedges in. You don't have to, but you'll see what I mean. So, I'm gonna make sure the saw is full of gas and oil. Alright people, when you come to my house and you're using my stuff, this can, with this green fancy dispenser nozzle thingy, it's the only one that'll have 50-to-1 gas to oil. So, do not put any in the saw from another can. Just about ready to go here. Of course you want to save as much wood as possible, but you don't want to cut into your plate there. It should be the same on both ends, but you know, just in case, you might want to check it on both ends. I did that. They're both 3/16. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it here, but you got yardage markers. No, wait, we're not golfing. You got inch markers on each one of these, and they're off a little from one end to the other. So I would measure from your rail down to your saw, your bar on each end, and not really trust those markers. But once you get the hang of it, you'll know how much they're off. It's almost a quarter off on mine. And I don't know what the deal is. I pretty much set it up all square that I know of. But let's enough gabbing. Let's see if we can cut a slab off there, and then we'll have to reset it to 1 inch instead of this roughly 5 that I have it. And then after that, you don't have to set it anymore and just rip your 1-inch boards. But at least half the time, I think, is setting up your first cut, and then also, adjusting it down to 1 inch for all the rest of your cuts. That's probably about half the time. At least it was when I did this 2 days ago. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, what, 2 days ago? 3 days ago? Something like that? The Beavers won the Pac-12, and they were predicted to be last in the Pac-12. Not a huge sports fan, but I did graduate from there. my battery last for this whole board? I mean, this whole log? I think so. Oh, maybe not. Come on, no! I worked for a guy once who made concrete signs for the U.S. military. I asked him, what tools should I bring to the project? He said, all of them, all that you have. So I brought another battery. It's going to be a little boogered up since that rail fell off, but nothing the planer can't take out. Crap. There and there. I'm still going to make the next one 1 inch. What do you make out of this other than firewood? A bench? I don't know. Oh boy, why is that so heavy? It's almost like hardwood, maybe it is. So we got that thing, and we got that thing. I might have filed those notches a little too much because now it's too loose in there, but it's easily solved with that clamp, as you saw. This pretty much sucks because it's a 1/4 inch low here and here. I mean, from here to here, 1/4 inch low. So, did I mention I'm learning? Just put a clamp on it. Alright, so I guess I gotta make 2 more adjustments to make the rest of my boards. I'm going to make this first one, I gotta put the rails back on so I have a flat surface. And I gotta make my first board 1 1/4 and then adjust it so all the rest are 1. Alright, live and learn. We got her clamped. Please tell me down in the comments where my tape measure went. I had it in my hand like 5 minutes ago. Good thing I brought a square, I guess. Like a 1/2 inch too wide. Never tried this before. By the way, I found my tape measure. It was on the fender of the trailer. I don't normally put it there, but I did that time. Yeah, except for this 1/4 inch low spot from here to here, it's pretty nice. Let's see about this side. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Might be time to sharpen or put on my other brand new chain. I don't know. Probably just put on the other brand new chain for now. I don't know. I'll probably give it 1 more cut. Seems like it should be cutting just slightly better than it is. Okay, please, folks. I want to know what kind of wood this is. Put it in the comments. There it is, folks. I'm going to finish these up. If I got enough fuel in my tank and enough daylight in my daylight. I worked with a Russian guy once and I learned a phrase from him. One of the coolest guys I've ever seen. Really good, hard worker, knew what he was doing. So when my grandpa had something work out, it was, "What's wrong with that?" And when this guy named Igor had something work out right, he'd go, "Yeah, boy." Can't really do a Russian accent, but imagine that. So here I say, at this point I say, "Yeah, boy." You got a real pretty mouth. I mean, got a real pretty board there. At least I think so. Well, that one's not a board yet, but this one is. I just made this one, of course. Look at this. Look at this interesting thing right here. Could make a nice, I don't know, kitchen cabinet, coffee table, or as they say in Monty Python's Holy Grail, build a bridge out of her. Well, I had enough gas in my can, had enough gas in my intestines. I did not have enough memory card in my camera. So I don't know where it cut out, but you get this last little bit from my cell phone. There's 13 boards I made from 6.5 footers. Turned out all right. I'm pretty pleased. A couple little things here and there I need to tweak and whatnot, but I'm getting it figured out. Hope you guys enjoyed it, or learned something, or both. So, there's the husky saw. I'm getting that's 55 cc's. It's a 455 Rancher. The one that's coming is 70 cc's. But I'll be able to do 22-inch boards instead of just 18. Please leave your comments. Tell me what kind of wood this is. Please leave your comments and tell me what an idiot I am, or what a great person I am, or something like that. I don't know. Bye-bye. Be sure to subscribe. I've got other stuff coming up.